About 3 years ago, I did my first video on Avalanche. It was a project at the time that was less than a few dollars per token, and I told you guys about I was extremely bullish on it long term. So this project has obviously gone on to be a top performing crypto. If you go ahead and look at CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, it's currently ranked number 11 in terms of market cap. It has over a $20 billion valuation, and we got into it, back in December and November of 2020. That was like the first time we talked about on the channel as well. So it was around $3, $2 per token. This project has gone up to be over $25 per token at one point in time, and I think it's very possible that we're going to see it rally even higher than that in this bull market. But a lot of people didn't get into it when we first talked about it. A lot of people still don't own Avalanche, and if you don't, it's not really a problem. But recently, I've been asked a lot about how to invest into Avalanche network projects, and the easiest, most simple way to do that is with a bridge, the Avalanche Bridge, over on Core. So Core Wallet ultimately allows you to transfer over your funds from basically any blockchain over to Avalanche blockchain, and with that, you can then go ahead and invest in hundreds of different Avalanche-based projects. So there are hundreds of decentralized applications that are built on Avalanche network, and by simply bridging over your funds using Core's wallet, well, you could go ahead and do that. And this has been around for quite a while, but recently I've been getting a lot of questions about it, so I think it's about time we talk about it. So you can see that I have this wallet I just connected here. There's around $149,000 I have in this wallet. Most of it is on Ethereum blockchain, but I just transferred over some to Avalanche to show you exactly how it works. So with this bridge, the way it actually works is you'll just go down to tools. You'll go ahead and click on Command Center, and then you can go ahead and bridge funds. The thing is that right now, and I don't know how long this has been active for, but currently, if you go ahead and bridge more than $75 USD of any token onto Avalanche, you'll be eligible to receive an Avalanche network airdrop. Ultimately, this is used to help you pay for those transaction fees whenever you first start transacting on Avalanche's network. So they're doing this to help encourage people to use the bridge and then invest in Avalanche network projects, which you could see if you go to Discover. There are hundreds of them. There are in all different categories, from exchanges to DeFi to consumer apps to basically everything. They have tons of different projects on Avalanche's network, and by bridging over your tokens, which is, like I showed you, just a few simple steps, you can then go about actually investing onto the Avalanche network. So if we go ahead and actually do it, you can go ahead and click select token. So I have around $15,000 USD on my Ethereum network wallet. Then you can go ahead and just type in any amount you want. Let's just say $50. You're going to transfer that over to Avalanche, and it's going to say, look, we're going to receive 47. You just click on bridge tokens. You'll have to go ahead and confirm the transaction in your wallet. We'll click on confirm, and then we'll be basically good to go. It's a very simple, easy process, and once that finishes loading, you'll have those tokens available on the AVAX network. So that's something that is really, really cool. The thing about Avalanche is that if you haven't seen, this bridge has been around for quite a while. It's been around since July of 2021. It's processed over $68 billion worth of transactions. It had a $7 billion TVL at one point in time, like at its peak. So this bridge has done tons and tons of transactions, and there's really nothing to be worried about with it. I've used it all the time, and it really gives you a way to invest in all of these different projects on the Avalanche network. Also, it uses something called SGX technology, and with this technology, it's a software guard extension. It ultimately just creates a secure service, resistant to interference, resistant to just making it resistant to all these different hacks. It makes it private from the bridge operator. It makes it much more secure than other bridges out there. So we could go over all the technicals, all the details, but really don't want to bore you with any of that. Next thing with this is that you can also see they have some section called proof of assets / proof of reserves. And ultimately, since the Avalanche Bridge first launched back in 2021, it's utilized this feature called proof of assets, which is a system of collateral checks that make sure that the bridge collateral is sufficient at all times. This is something that's really important because you don't want to go about trying to bridge over some tokens. They don't have enough collateral. You want to make sure that everything is secure. There's enough funds. You want to make sure that there's no issues. And that's exactly what this does. The Avalanche Bridge is also integrated into Chainlink's proof of reserves, which you can see right here. And you can see all of these different things which they talk about just easily accessible directly on the platform. So you could see all of it. You could see, like, for example, under Ethereum Network Bridge, you could see what they have for 1-inch token, for Aave, for Alpha, and it shows you just the exact wallet addresses. We could just click on, for example, 1-inch network. You can click on this right here. We'll see the tokens directly that they have. You can see it says 1-inch token. You can see all these different transactions that have taken place. You can see all these different details. It makes something very, very simple. And not only this, but also you could go about seeing all the transactions on Etherscan that were on this Avalanche Bridge. So you can see, all these different people who transacted and, moved their 1-inch tokens over to Avalanche's network. So again, that's something that's pretty cool. Next thing I want to go over with this is going to be a little bit more about the Core wallet in particular, because with Core wallet in particular, the thing that I like about it is that it is not only available on the Google Chrome web store, but also you can get it just directly through their web application, which we had started the video off in, which is this one right here. When we go ahead and see their application, you can see it says beta because it is fairly new, but you can see that it is available also as a browser extension, which I also have right here. You can see it shows I have around $16,000 right here. The thing that I like about this is that they do something pretty unique, and that is that Core is completely user-friendly. It is very simple, very easy to use. It allows you to have access to all the different chains in the crypto space ultimately, and it allows you to have NFT, crypto access, all these different access. And with it, the thing that I really like about it is that they have gone seedless with their sign-up process. Ultimately, when you go about signing up for Core, you ultimately don't need to worry about all the processes you did with a MetaMask. You don't need to worry about your seed phrase. Basically, if you have a Gmail, you're good to go. You can just use your Gmail to sign up for it, and they made it as simple as signing up for a Web 2 application, just any website you've ever signed up for before. They make it just as easy with Core Wallet. So as long as you have a Gmail, you can go ahead and use Core Wallet, and it's something that makes it extremely simple, extremely easy, and I think that's going to help attract a lot more users during this bull market because it's so easy to use. Core is also a multi-chain wallet. You can see that when you're going about swapping tokens, if you go ahead and you go back to the tools section and you want to swap tokens, let's go to swap. Well, then you can do it from, Ethereum blockchain, or you can also do it from Beam subnet. You could do it from Bitcoin. You could do it from Meld. You could swap tokens and use this for countless blockchains. And that's something that, again, is really useful and really unique. Again, you could also bridge from tons of different blockchains as well. And you can see our transaction is still processing right here. It does take a little while for, the amount to be bridged. But again, it's a very simple, straightforward, easy process to use. In addition to this, you can also see that with Core, they also allow for easy to on-ramp your fiat. So Core provides easy fiat on-ramps for Cash App and Apple Pay and Google Pay and cards, make it basically as simple as possible to use. That's something that I really like. Now let's talk a little bit about just Avalanche in general, because with Avalanche, there are a ton of decentralized applications on the Avalanche ecosystem that have hundreds of millions of dollars in TVL, and people don't talk about them enough. For example, there's a project called Benki. Benki is the leading DeFi protocol on Avalanche with over $300 million of assets in TVL. You can see also on DeFi Llama how with Avalanche, if you scroll down a little bit, you can see how Benki is the top one with over, 400, almost $500 million in TVL. You could also see all these other projects on it as well. For example, Aave, it says it is a lending protocol and has 357 million in TVL. Trader Joe, which I also wanted to talk about because Trader Joe is a project that is a top DEX and liquidity hub for Avalanche. You can see that it has quite a large TVL as well with $154 million. So there's countless projects on this ecosystem, in the Avalanche ecosystem, that have been growing rapidly. And if you're looking at the overall TVL for Avalanche long term, you can see that it's nowhere near its tops from the previous bull market. And I think we definitely are going to see it regain highs. It had reached over $125 per token in the last bull market. It had reached over a $10 billion TVL in the last bull market. And I think it's very, very likely that we'll see the same things happen. So if you want to get in on Avalanche's ecosystem, really, it's exclusively through Core's web application or Chrome's extension. You can see that they also have mobile, which is new as well. But I personally use the website or their wallet, which I do have the extension for already set up on my computer. You can see I've used it quite a bit. But again, to bridge tokens is extremely simple. It is very secure. They have all the proof of assets listed and reserves. They have, hundreds and hundreds of projects on Avalanche's ecosystem. If you want to take part in them, really the only way to do that is through Core's application.